To raise L1 nymphs, you'll need 32-ounce containers or 18-ounce containers for, I don't know, the mantis. Pretty much all mantids in the pet hobby and stuff like this. And this screening is it's really helpful because when the mantises fall down to the ground, it's easier for them to climb up, especially for older nymphs. And some species are clumsy. Some species do climb slick plastic and glass well, but some species don't. Adults it would be harder for them to than younger ones. Folger mantis species as adults they really can't climb glass well, or Chinese mantis probably couldn't. You'll need fruit flies and Drosophila melanogaster, and some species as a first instar will eat Heidi. But when they get older, most species, all mantises, I probably will eat Heidi at second instar or so. Like Daroplatus lobata, that will eat houseflies at second instar. They're really big when they hatch up, but that you can feed those Heidi, and they probably have no problem eating them. For mantises, the important thing is the size of the insect you're feeding it. You'll need some insects are poisonous and like wasps, but most mantises can handle wasps the right size, and bees too. Bees are not as strong as wasps, or they don't have mandibles, and they're easy for mantises. They're not as dangerous to mantises as wasps are. Ants are dangerous too. Ants are really dangerous because they're strong, and some have acid and formic acid, and they can sting. And I don't know if they can. They probably they could sting a mantis, but and stink bugs are bad for a lot of mantises. I think they will get irritated and maybe die. I had some that happen, and I think they died before, and can't quite remember, but I've seen videos of them eating stink bug, or Chinese mantis eating stink bug, and they really irritated them. So it's probably not good. You should avoid feeding those. Misting. You need when you mist, and I'm told to not mist right directly on the mantis. You mist on inside away from the mantis in the container, and then but don't mist too often. I've misted way too much in the past. Keeping mantises miss like every 3 or 4 days. It might depend on the amount of humidity you have in the room, or where you keep them, and what type of container you use. This is a fabric lid. These dry out well. Ventilation is probably very important for keeping mantises. Net cages have a lot of ventilation, but so you have to mist more often than those and these 18-ounce containers, fabric lids, stuff like that. Feeding. Some species might be sensitive to certain types of. Maybe some species just can only eat flies, or not anything like crickets or cockroaches. I've read about Pseudocleobatra getting sick from crickets and stuff like that, only being able to eat flying insects like moths and flies. But I don't know much. I don't know if that's reliable. Those sources I've read. But crickets, store-bought crickets can be sick with bacteria, or maybe probably bacteria. I've been told it's probably bacterial infections they have in their gut or whatever. The crickets are from our pet shop. I've bought some and fed them to my mantises. I had a lot of problems. It killed my mantises. Chinese Carolina mantises, Folger mantis species, blue flash, and Needle mantis medium constricta. Made them little sick. Needle mantis did the best of those species. Folger mantis is kind of alright, but Carolina mantis by far was worst. They just couldn't eat just a little bit. They would throw up, and then after a period of weeks or so, feeding those just crickets, they would die. My Carolina mantis died. To avoid that, you might just breed your own crickets, or you can isolate them, or keep them in a clean container or whatever, and feed them apple, the crickets, and clean their guts out or something for maybe several days to a week. I'm not sure about that, but that'll probably help a whole lot. Keeping if you actually get some crickets from the pet shop to feed them. I don't anymore because I have plenty of roaches, roach colonies to feed them. Way too many roaches. Um, but this species, Myometis binotata, you probably can't see her. She laid an Nutheca last night. Unfortunately, she's not mated. Um, she's about 3 weeks or old or more. So I kept her warm. She laid an, that's how long it takes for her to make a Nutheca without mating. It takes a while longer if they're not mated to lay a Nutheca, maybe because they know it's or it. Anyway,